All right, welcome back to OCS TV. This is Connor Berkey with Lucas Glenn. We're returning for the second half of action where the Ovilla Eagles lead Founders 22-16, and we saw a good first half. It was very competitive, Luke.
Right.
Founders kept up with the Eagles. Didn't know what to expect from them. Haven't seen them. They were ahead early, and we saw lots of running action for the Eagles, but not a lot of throwing. So, what were some of your takes on the first half?
We saw the just those short gains in our run game by Aaron Garcia and Zach Lopez. Just those quality 5-yard runs, and then Truett Treadway made some nice just dump off passes, some nice shovel passes, just to get those short yards. And every once in a while, one would stretch into maybe a 15-20 yard run.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been our game so far. Is just use those short little plays, and maybe they'll stretch into some bigger ones and big time plays where they're 60 yards.
Mm-hmm. And we'd love to talk a lot about it, but we're about to get back to the action. And so about to set as De Leon kicks it off. I'm just going to move this camera over.
And Andres De Leon is here, set to kick off. And it's a booming kick downfield. Number 4 receives it. He's about the 20-yard line. He breaks off right and breaks a tackle, but is brought down by number 41, Dylan Amon.
Good action from Amon. He's more of a JV guy. This is his first year. 2 tackles so far.
Correction, that tackle was made by number 31, Avery Garcia.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a little bit more like it. Avery's had about 8 tackles today.
Yes.
And again, he was the MVP from last week with 4 touchdowns, correct me. A fumble recovery, 3 pick sixes. Yes, that's right. 3 pick sixes and 1 rushing touchdown. So we'll see how the Eagles defense holds up with Fanning at QB as Founders are only down 6.
And here's his tap to number 7. He hands it off to number 15, running outside.
Flag on the play.
Just a good block by number 44.
And then we think the flag is going to be holding on the play, and that's just going to pull Founders back. Good little handoff from Fanning to number 15, William Baker. They've had a good connection today. I have been impressed with the Founders offense. They've completed some short little passes, had a good running game. The only bad moment I saw was just when Tyler Fanning chucked it up at the end of the half, trying to complete something for a pick, but nothing came out of that. So we'll see how that offense clicks again in the second half, as this is a tight game here, and with one snap of the ball, this game could be tied. Founders could be winning. So we'll see this next play with Fanning under the eye.
It's looking about first and about 20.
Network connection weak.
They set up in tight formation, man in motion. Fanning rolls out, is almost brought down. He sees number 97, but throws it over him, and that ball is almost picked off by Avery Garcia as he dives for it, but he just can't come up with it.
Yeah, number 97 almost made the catch here, the big feller. He had a long gain earlier, wasn't able to come out with a touchdown, but got his first down. And Garcia is just all over the field. Impresses me every time I see him, especially for a freshman. So you're going to have Dylan Amon subs in for number 82, Josh Brickhouse. So it's Amon on the left side, Alec Ramirez in the middle, Treadway on the right. No, they're going to switch it up. You have Aaron Garcia in there as well, and Damian Saltzman, the freshman, is the safety in the backfield. And that looked like a fumble there for Founders. The ball was recovered by number 5, Preston Smith. So Founders are going to bring some subs in as they're going to have a long third down here. And it'll be interesting to see what they do, as they did try to punt earlier and it just didn't give them that many yards. So I think what's going to end up happening is they're just going to play 4 downs for the rest of the game, Luke.
They have made a couple big plays with their passing yards. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go there and see what they can make out of those passing yards.
Had a good block in the backfield. Pass goes towards number 14. It is picked off.
Picked off by Truett Treadway. And he is pushed out of bounds at about the opponent's 5-yard line.
And Luke, all the talk has been about what Treadway's arm will be like if he'll be able to complete passes and lead this Eagle offense as a first-year starter. But he's been doing it on the defensive end with 2 interceptions from the starting quarterback. Also on defense, as he gets to walk right back out to lead this Eagle offense, hopefully to a touchdown to put them up by 2. He was able to stay inbounds there and just kind of corral that pass right near the sideline here. And the Eagles start with great field possession, strong running backs, pushing and knocking on the Founder Eagles' door with 8:35 left in the third quarter.
Just great awareness there by Treadway to see the quarterback's eyes, read it, and just kind of jump that passing lane and get that pick. And Treadway gets the snap, hands it off to Avery Garcia up the middle, who is kind of group tackled with about a 3-yard gain.
And back to that interception by Treadway, it looked like that pass was a good pass. Bryson Sullivan did have a chance there. It was just a little high, and he didn't quite get down enough on that pass, and Treadway was right behind him, caught it, stayed in bounds, got a few yards on the play. And so there we had a few yards from Avery Garcia. It's second and goal, about 5 to go with 8:01 remaining. 22-16 Ovilla. Treadway under center.
Treadway gets the snap, hands it off to Avery Garcia, who is pushed out of bounds with no gain. With about a 1-yard gain.
It's going to be about 3rd and 4. Preston Smith makes the play number 5 on defense there. And those 2 run plays didn't work with Garcia there. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I would not be surprised if the older brother, Aaron Garcia, punches this one in for a score here. I'm sure they'll remain with tight on offense. Again, Treadway under center. And yes, Aaron Garcia and Avery are both in the backfield. Little brother connection there.
Treadway receives the snap, fakes pitches, throws it to Andres DeLeon, who runs it in for a touchdown.
Great little play there. The last 2 plays, the Eagles had ran towards the left. All the action was moving left. Treadway faked a run here, and Andres DeLeon slipped out. There's just no defenders over there. He could have handed the ball off to him, just tossed it underhand. That was a great play call by Coach Greg Hayes. Great execution by Treadway and DeLeon, as both Avery Garcia and Aaron Garcia swept to the left, just bringing all the defenders. So we'll be able to see if DeLeon will be able to capitalize on this 2-point field goal kick, as it's 28-16 Eagles, and they do have a little bit of breathing room now.
And here's Andres set to with the kick. There's a flag on the play. I believe it's offsides, as the kick is blocked.
Should be offside, so we should get a re-kick here.
Right. Should be just fine.
And there were 2 penalties there on both teams, and it looks like it's going to offset. That's what I'm being told.
So they're just gonna retry the field goal. This is a little bit of confusion between the coaches and the refs. So there'll be a re-kick.
Treadway set to receive the snap. And DeLeon ready to kick.
And here's the snap. The kick is up. And it is good.
Good little kick by DeLeon, and now it is 30-16 Avila Eagles lead. Founders Classic, and just those turnovers have kind of killed Founders in their own territory, such as turnovers on downs and interceptions. So there's 7:13 remaining on OCS TV.
Just a great play on that drive for Treadway, getting that great field position off that interception. Just started off with great field position. We were able to run the ball a little bit and then end up passing the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. And our kicking team is going onto the field, led by senior captain Andres De Leon.
And again, correction on the score. I may have said 28-16. It is, in fact, 30-16 with 7:13 remaining in the third quarter. De Leon is set to kick it off, and he's had some booming kicks this year. Number 4 in the backfield set to receive, Matthew Armato.
And here's the kick. Andreas, a little squib kick. Received by number 4, who breaks a few tackles and hits open field. There's
a flag on the play.
He breaks another tackle. And he is finally brought down by number 4, Andres De Leon.
The Eagles are hoping that play is just going to get brought back, as there was a flag in the backfield.
There was a flag pretty far back there.
And you see number 13, Brock Stukas.
It's kind of limping off the field there.
Couldn't think of the word there.
It was holding on the receiving team.
Just not sure where that will bring them back, whether that's the spot of where they held or where they finished the play at. But it looks like the refs are bringing them back.
Yes, it should be back at about our own 30-yard line.
And that was a good kick by De Leon. I was with him as he was practicing in warm-ups. He's pretty consistent with that little pooch kick. It's not quite an offside kick, but in 6-man, there's so much open space that the Eagles have a chance to go hop on that ball. And they just weren't able to get there on that time. But because of the holding on Founders, the ball's going to be placed at the Eagles' Ovilla 20-yard line. Again, with quarterback Tyler Fanning with 6:55 remaining in the third. And in his backfield, he also has Preston Smith, 2 wideouts.
And here's our defense getting the field. And that is a false start on the offense. I believe number 14 jumped. So that will move them back even further. That's not something you love to see from either team. Just it's an excess of penalties. That's something that can really kill you in the long run of the game.
Yeah, penalties really are frustrating. It's hard to watch sometimes when they just add up. Because it makes things so much more difficult on the offense. They don't have the opportunities to run the ball quite as much. So again, Fanning in the backfield with number 5, Preston Smith, to his right.
It's about 1st and 20. And there's a little shovel pass to number 5. He is brought down with about a 4-yard gain on the play.
And what we wanted viewers to be aware of was that play between Fanning and Smith that they've been running all day is a shovel pass. Because Smith is ahead of the ball, this makes it a pass even though he is shoveling it. So if he were to drop it, it would be an incomplete pass. So all of those yards are being put toward Fanning's QBR, his completed passes. It's a nice little play that they have. Run it quite often. And the snap goes
to number 7. He rolls out to the left. And he is brought down by number 82, Josh Bricky.
That was a great play. It looked like Fanning had some space to roll out to the left and get that throw off. Bricky had his arms around his legs, and Fanning just fell down. That was a great play.
And it'll be 3rd and long.
And this is one of those instances where if the Eagles do make a stop here, it'll be interesting to see what Founders does, just because they don't have a strong punt game, as we saw in that first kickoff. Punt. Because the punter is not the same as the kicker.
And here's the snap to number 7. He drops back, looks to throw deep. A little shovel pass to 97, who is blown up. He was blown up by Aaron Garcia, who seems to be kind of shaken up on the play.
Yeah, that was a great...
Lopez is accredited the tackle, however.
That was a great hit by 34 Aaron Garcia, but he is shaken up. Now it is like a 4th and 20 plus for the Founders offense, and because of the punting situation, I don't think they're going to punt this ball away. They have 3 receivers on the far left.
Hey, Mrs. Glenn.
And you have Fanning in the backfield. Tyler Fanning takes the snap, rolls to his left, looks out, sees Preston Smith, throws long, ball is up. Oh, and that's going to be a pass interference call on number 21, Zach Lopez. What happened is number 4, Matthew Armada went up for the catch, and Lopez never had the chance to turn his body around. And we apologize for the camera there, folks. But Lopez didn't have the chance to turn his body around. So what happened was, as Armada was trying to make that catch, Lopez just hit him with his body before the ball went there. He wasn't making a play on the ball. So because of that, it's going to give, I believe it is a pass interference call. I don't quite see what it could be other than that. But because of that, it should give them a fresh set of downs. And it is a pass interference on the defense. So unless six-man rules are different, it is going to be a first down, and that is such a bailout on such a long fourth down. Now it's going to be a 1st and 15. That's got to be frustrating for defensive coordinator Matt Jones. Again, those type of penalties.
Those type of penalties are what kills you in the end of the game.
And the thing is, it is early in the year. It's one of those things where Lopez just hasn't had a lot of practice, and long balls like that turning around, especially in six-man. You don't see a lot of long, deep passes and get a lot of practice, especially that Lopez normally plays up close. You normally see number 88, Damian Saltzman, as a safety rather than Zach Lopez. So the snap is going to be in tight formation with Fanning under the eye.
Here's the snap, handoff to number 15, and he is brought down by number 12, Truett Treadway, with about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Good run by William Baker. We've seen a lot of number 5, Preston Smith, in the backfield with those shovel passes. Baker's had a good running game for him so far. He's been consistent, hasn't made any mistakes. And so it's going to be the same thing. Number 14, Bryson Selman's going to block in the backfield for him with the same tight formation with Fanning under the eye, number 7.
And use the snap to a tight formation. Handoff again to number 15. He almost loses the ball there, and he is brought down.
And a helmet came off a player's head. I believe that's number 87, Alec Ramirez. I know for college rules, you have to come off the play after that if your helmet comes off. I'm not sure about six-man rules.
And that tackle there was made by number 31, Avery Garcia.
And what you saw there was William Baker came out running, and that ball almost slipped out. You know, you always see football players carrying the ball tight underneath their shoulder. That ball just slipped out. Same formation here, Fanning under the eye.
Ball is snapped. Fake handoff to number 15. Quarterback rolls out and passes to number 14 for the completion.
Good play by Bryson Selman to come down with that ball. Fanning had, I think it was number 21, Zach Lopez, trailing him. If he didn't get rid of that ball, he would have been tackled. He was able to dump it over the Eagle defender to get it to number 14, Bryson Selman, who will get them a first down. And again, the Founders Eagles are just hanging around. They're continuing to hang around. It is 30-16, 2-touchdown game with 3:32 in the third quarter. But Luke, what can happen is if they score and get a stop, next thing you know, they have an opportunity to tie this game. So we'll see what the Ovilla defense can do here to stop that from happening.
This game is nowhere close to being over. Here's the snap handoff to number 5. A short gain of about 4 yards on the play.
And Alec Ramirez's helmet comes off again. He seems frustrated about that, and he's going to be sent as he needs a sub. The referee wants to talk to him about the helmet situation. And that was a good run by Preston Smith. And you know, Luke, we talk a lot about how the Eagles have such powerful running backs, and Aaron Garcia, Avery Garcia, Zach Lopez, guys that are just getting consistent gains. We've seen the same from Founders Classic and William Baker and Preston Smith. That's one way they've been able to stay in this ball game.
And here goes. They Founders line up in tight formation. The ball is snapped to number 7. There's a handoff to number 5. There's a flag on the play as number 5 runs in past the first down. He breaks a tackle and runs into the end zone.
But there's going to be a flag, and my bet is it's just going to bring him back. Most of the flags have been on the offense throughout this game and six-man.
That was just such a big play for the Founders Eagles that it's probably real demoralizing getting that called back. I know it is for the person that ran it in. You just hate to see that if you're a Founders Eagle.
And it is holding. That was a great run by number 5, Preston Smith. But again, holding will kill you. So we'll see what the Founders coach has in store here as Fanning takes the play call in.
Here we go, as Founders lines up in tight. Number 7 under center. Snaps the ball, pitches it back to number 5. who gets outside and is brought down by number 42.
Number 42, Luke Adams, first tackle of the year by the first-year senior. That was a good play by both Adams and Preston Smith. Preston Smith cut the distance of the first down distance needed in about half there. So it's going to be about 3rd and 5.
He was brought down inside the line, so the clock will roll. There's about 1:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And there's a fake handoff by number 7, and he passes it to number 97, who breaks a tackle and gets into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a really, really impressive play by the quarterback. There was a lot of pressure, and he was able to keep that play-action pass under pressure. I am impressed by the type of play that quarterback number 7, Tyler Fanning, has brought. That catch and touchdown was made by number 97, Jack Gray, offensive line sophomore. He's got lots of strength, and he's got speed too. You saw a really good effort by number 88, Damian Saltzman, to bring him down, but Gray just carried him through to the end zone. So again, Founders Classic is knocking on the door. It's 30-22 with 1:23 remaining, as number 11 is set to kick the 2-point conversion to make it 33-24 if it goes.
And that kick is almost blocked, but it goes through the uprights, and it will be 32-24. Ovilla Eagles still have the lead, but it's now it is still a 1-possession game.
And again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to OCS TV. I'm Connor Berkey, here with Lucas Glenn, and we're here in a tight ball game at McCowan Middle School. It is 30-24. Ovilla leads the Founders Classic Eagles. We've seen a really good game. Battles of really solid fundamental offenses that have just kept going, you know. And Luke, what are some things that you've seen that you want to share?
You know, I just love the effort by Truett Shredaway, jumping those passing routes, getting that interception to give the Eagles just great field position to set up for that touchdown. I just love to see that effort from him today at that quarterback position and at his defensive position.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he could check out on defense. He's got a big role at quarterback, but he hasn't. He's stayed connected, stayed locked in, and he's got 2 good interceptions because of it, and he's helping his team stay ahead in this game. So Founders Eagles are set.
And here goes 11, kicks off.
Shorter kick than normal, caught by,
I believe,
number 88, Damian Saltzman, who takes about 10 yards down the field. The freshman with his first kick return there.
I see a lot of potential from him. In the past game, he had an interception. It was a great catch. In this game, he hasn't done a whole lot yet, but he made a nice little play there. Got some good yards.
So we'll see what this offense has for us here, with Treadway set in tight under the eye, with number 31 Avery Garcia on his left, and in the backfield looks like number 4 DeLeon. And 41
shovels it back to number 41,
Dylan Amon.
He breaks a few tackles and is finally brought down with about a 4-yard gain.
And that's Amon's first run of the season. This is his first year playing football. Nice little play there. And he's still on the field. He's subbed off for number 34, Aaron Garcia, and 87, Alec Ramirez.
And the Eagles line up in tight formation, as we've seen for the most part in this game. There's 28 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Treadway shovels it back to Avery Garcia, who is brought down for no gain, as it is 3rd down and about 11 to go.
And, you know, like I said, Founders is just hanging around. They're just hanging around. And the Eagles had that touchdown to put them up by 2 possessions. Next thing you know, it's a 3rd down. We'll see what they have here. But if this the third quarter is going to run out here. There's 2 seconds left, so both teams are going to be called off the field. And we head into a fourth quarter play, and the score is 30-24. On the game we've been watching, thank you to all you guys who are tuning in. A little bit of highlights of the game. Avery Garcia on defense has about 10 tackles. Truett Treadway has 2 interceptions. The Eagles have 30 points, which is from 4 touchdowns. I know that there's 1 passing from Truett Treadway. Andreas Delone had a long kick return for a touchdown. And again, that Founders team's just hanging around. It's going to be third down for the Eagles starting the fourth quarter. And if they don't score in this possession, Founders has a chance to go ahead and take the lead.
Yeah, as you said, they kind of need this points here to help take some pressure off of the defense. It's a lot harder when the opposing offense has that just encouragement of being within 6 points, knowing that this possession could be a game changer. So it would be good relief for the defense just to put the ball in the end zone here to get those extra points.
And, this is a lot of a different type of game than we saw last week. Last week we were in the 80s for the Eagles offense and the 50s for their defense, and it's 30-24 going into the fourth quarter. And this possession could be a game changer. If the Eagles score, it could be 38-24, and all of a sudden that's a longer stretch. They have to cover. The Eagles are going to line up and
ball tossed back to Truett as he drops back. Looks at Aaron Garcia for a little dump, and the ball is dropped. I think that was probably the best that could have happened. If Aaron had caught that ball, he probably would have gotten tackled for about a yard loss. Now he could have broken that tackle and got some yards, but in my opinion, I'd say that was probably for the best, that incomplete pass.
It's 4th and 12, and they're going to stay in that spread formation with Zach Lopez on the far side and then DeLeon on the near side.
And Treadway looks around, sees Aaron Garcia, passes to him. Aaron kind of bobbles the ball there for a second, but finally comes up with it, and he's brought down for a 2-yard gain.
And Treadway hasn't thrown anything longer than 10 yards tonight, and those little dump-off passes, especially on 4th and 12, aren't something that is going to work there, and so we'd like to see him air his arm out there, but I guess we'll see how the Ovilla Eagle defense holds up here, as Founders does have a chance to go take the lead now. This is 30-24 with 9:42 left in the fourth quarter.
This is a big possession for the Founder Eagles. If they score here, they have a chance to take the lead and put more pressure on the Eagles, or the Ovilla Eagles, to kind of just come back and answer for that. Great tackle there by Avery Garcia, number 31. Pulled down, number 15, by his ankles, as Alec Ramirez lost his helmet yet again. I think that's the 4th, maybe 5th time.
Yeah, it's been a lot, folks. and again, for all you guys tuning in, the score is 30 Ovilla to 24 Founders in the fourth quarter with 9:17 remaining. Founders has the ball on Ovilla's, on their own 35-yard line.
Number 7 takes the snap, hands it off to number 15.
There's a flag on the play.
A 4-yard gain, as you said. There's a flag down. We'll see what that is for.
My guess is it's holding, and 6-man. Most of the flags are almost always on the offense. So we'll see what they call here. It's going to be holding.
Wow.
On the offense.
Wow. You called it.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Yes, that will be a holding on the offense, so it'll take them back about 10 yards, I believe.
And we'd like to give a little shout out to the GOAT, Jackson Glenn, for watching our live stream.
Obviously, just OCS alumni.
Yeah.
Tuning in, watching the younger generations of OCSers playing the game what we love. And here's the snap to number 7. He rolls out as Joshua Brickey.
Oh, and the ball is pitched.
As Joshua Brickey comes, he put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
There's a flag on the play, and that's going to be intentional grounding. Because if you really looked at that play, quarterback number 7, Tyler Fanning, realized that he was not going to be able to complete the ball. He was just going to lose some yards there, and so he just tried to pitch it out almost like he was passing. And the near side refs didn't catch that, but the far side ref said It's clearly saying like he didn't have an intended receiver there.
You're right.
And that's going to hurt Founders as, at least in college, intentional grounding is a 15-yard penalty. So we'll see what that is in 6-man.
It will be pushed even farther back.
And again, I could be completely wrong. It could be a normal penalty, but that's my estimate. And you see the trainer stretching out. I think that's DeLeon on the sideline.
It is.
That's our kicker, senior captain, and wide receiver.
And you're right. It's intentional grounding.
That was a good call by the ref to come from the near side. You know, I saw that, and I was thinking, like, you know, why aren't those refs seeing it? But and the Founders fans are not happy about that call.
And so it will be 2nd and 30. Yes, 2nd and 30 yards to go. Wow, they need it. No, it's 3rd and 30. I'm
going to take a wild guess and say they might pass this ball, Luke.
Wild guess. And number 7 takes a snap. He rolls out to the right, passes to number 5, who is stopped by Truett Treadway as he falls out of bounds to stop the clock.
And so this is one of those scenarios where in 6-man you will go for it, even though going for it on 4th and 25 is pretty absurd.
Yeah.
There's 8:34 left in the game, so the problem is when if they don't get that first down, then Eagles are going to be at Founders 16-yard line. So you see on the left side of my screen, we set DeLeon in the far backfield, nor the first down, so that they can't complete anything long. We'll see what the call is here by Coach Greg Price.
And number 7 rolls out. He's not going to punt it. He's looking deep, and he finds a short receiver, number 97, who is brought down with a 5-yard gain, and that will be turnover on downs. And you just a great defensive stop by the Eagles to just regain possession of the ball and just really take control of this game.
And you know, you could see quarterback Tyler Fanning really was trying to throw that ball deep. And the thing that was underestimated there is freshman number 13, Brock Stukas, put amazing pressure on the quarterback to help him change directions. You know, it's really hard to throw across your body or towards the right as he was moving. And we see an injured player on the field for the Founders. It's going to be number 97, Jack Gray, who has 2 touchdowns and has made a big impact on this game. So that's tough to see, as we'll see how they carry on without him, as he's been on their O-line all game. And so that was a turnover on downs because of that play. Great play by freshman Brock Stukas. So it's 30 Ovilla to 24 Founders Classic. And 7:58 left on OCS TV in the 4th quarter.
All right, now the Ovilla Christian offense will come out in the field, led by Truett Treadway. We'll see what we can do here with this new life. The score is 32-24 with 7:58 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Lined up in tight. Treadway takes the snap. Looks to pass. Pitches off to DeLeon, number 4, who runs down the field. No one there.
No one.
And DeLeon goes for the touchdown. What a play by number 12, Truett Treadway, dumping it off. That touchdown pass has worked twice for him, the way that they have a play action pass to the left, and both tight running backs go over there. And then DeLeon goes down the field. That's Treadway and Andres' second connection on that exact same play call. Next thing you know, it's 36-24. Ovilla leads Founders Classic as, again, Treadway and number 4 are set to snap the extra point.
Just a great play there by Andres DeLeon, hitting open field and just taking it to town all the way to the end zone. And he sets up to kick the extra point now. See if he can put it through those uprights. Here's the snap to Truett Treadway, who's the holder. And the kick is up. It will be 38-24 with 7:45 left to go on the clock.
Good little snap there to go for it, as punt game is not a big factor in 6-man football, and they did. And Avila stopped them with a great play by number 13 freshman Brock Stukas. Next thing you know, first play, Treadway faked a handoff to number 34 Aaron Garcia on the left, And again, this play just works time and time. DeLeon slipped out to the right. We've seen that 4 times already this year.
Just a recurring theme that we see here is just the effect that penalties can have. That was the whole thing that happened that kind of got us possession of the ball. Founders committed a bunch of penalties.
Intentional grounding, 15 yards.
Moved them back to 3rd and 30, and I mean, that's just pretty much impossible to come back from. So it's just something that you can see how much penalties can really impact the game.
Yeah. 7:40 on the clock. Probably can't see that.
Scoreboard. The big scoreboard is apparently broken right now, so we cannot use that.
But again, next week we are hoping and pretty positive we will have a scoreboard on the live stream as we're upping up with our tech.
Right.
As we've had some very generous donors.
And here's Andres set to kick off. He kicks a booming kick downfield. Number 4 is set to return. He brings it downfield at the 10. He's at the 20. And he is brought down by number 13, Brock Stukis, at our own 25-yard line.
And there's 7:35 remaining in the game, so we'll see what type of offense Founders brings out to the field. And it's good to see number 97, Jack Gray, sophomore, come back out on the field. He got hurt earlier in the game, and he's been a big impact, with 2 touchdowns so far.
Right.
So we'll see what quarterback Tyler Fanning and Preston Smith have coming in this next drive. That's been the connection all game long, Luke, And it's 38-24, Ovilla Eagles lead. And, it's pretty crucial at this point in the game that Founders does get a touchdown, just move down that field. And so we'll see what the Eagles defense stat has here.
All right, now I'm interested to see how our defense does with just scoring that touchdown and having that adrenaline boost, I guess you could say.
Snap to Fanning, rolls to the left, pass out to number 14, Bryson Selman, who gets stuffed but still stays up. Great tackle by Zach Lopez. Looked like he had him right away, then looked like Selman was about to win, but Lopez won that battle there. Looked like he still got about a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Remember, as in 6-man, it starts as 1st and 15.
That was a good play by number 14. He was stuffed pretty early by Zach Lopez, but he did his best to fall forward and got a few extra yards there.
And so it looks like they're going to go in the spread formation with Fanning under center, and then number 5, Preston Smith to the right. No, 15, I'm sorry. Looks for the long ball. Stukis in pursuit, but pass goes to number 15, William Baker. There's a block. Baker continues moving forward and is hit hard by number 34, Aaron Garcia. You saw great pursuit again by number 13, Brock Stukis. Fanning was able to get rid of that ball and get it to William Baker, and Founders been able to cut it down to about a 3rd and 4, so we'll see what type of offense they bring out. Whether tighter spread, and it is going to be spread again.
And here we go, number 7 set to receive the snap. And here's the snap. He rolls out, dodges a oncoming rusher, passes it to number 43 receiver, and might be just short of the 1st down.
And it looked like when number 43, Pierce Allen, freshman, caught the ball, he was right at the line, but it was really good pursuit by Treadway to push him back. However, the snap given by the refs puts it really close. It looks like it's going to be 4th down and about... No, 1st down. Sorry, they moved the change.
1st down.
Avila coaches aren't too happy about that spot there, as he did catch the ball but was hit and brought back really fast. I guess they gave him that forward progress. So it is going to be a 1st down. The clock is running, however, though. It's
about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter, as the score is 38-24. Ovilla Christian has the lead. Looks like Founders is going to line up in spread formation.
With
number
15,
97,
William Baker in the backfield.
Number 97 set to snap it to number 7. Number 7 rolls out, looks to number 43, connects with him for about a 7-yard gain.
That was an impressive play by freshman number 43, Pierce Allen. We saw him go up, and earlier in the game he had one that hit him in the head and one that missed him for a touchdown. It looks like he is down as the trainer and Founders coach run on. That was a really impressive catch as he got up in the air to get that ball. And if he didn't catch it, there's a chance that Lopez behind him could have, picked that off. So the clock will stop at 5:29. And again, we're hoping Allen's okay, the freshman, number 43.
He got hit pretty hard there.
Because when you're in the air coming down with the ball, a lot of times when you're in the air is when you're hit the hardest because your body has nothing stabilizing you. And our thoughts are with Pierce Allen right now, as the Eagle team goes out on the field to pray for the injured player, and it looks like he's going to get up, and that's great to see.
Here he is, yeah, he's walking off the field. Seems to be doing all right, nothing too serious. Seems to have a slight limp.
So we'll see who they sub on for him. You have number 14, Bryson Selman's probably their go-to receiver on this, and then the running back in for the play is going to be number 15, William Baker. Snap, like always, will be done by number 97, Jack Gray, and as always, Fanning under center. Tight formation.
Here's a snap, handed off to number 15 who runs it up the middle, finds some open space and is brought down just, but at about the first down, maybe just short.
And now number 21, Zach Lopez, is down on the field. Looks like he's holding his right shoulder, and as I was running routes with him earlier before the game, he was complaining about that shoulder as they taped it tight, and that's hard to see as Matt Jones, Stan Savage, and the trainer head out there to see how he's doing. The Eagles again break out to pray, and that's just hard to see. In a span of 3 plays, 2 players going down. You can see not on the screen right now, but on the Founders' far sideline, you still have Pierce Allen by himself with a trainer, and now Zach Lopez is still down. And again, the junior captain is a huge part of the Eagles team this year. As he plays in the backfield, he plays as wide receiver, and also in the backfield. It looks like he's getting up, and he is able to walk on his own power, but again, that injury is going to be on his right shoulder. So we'll see if he's able to go for the rest of the game, as he is one of our 4 returning starters and junior captain. Looks really frustrated.
Shoulder's just been a real source of injury for us this year, as Aaron Garcia, Zach Lopez, and Grant Savage have all struggled with injuries in that area.
Ovilla just seems prone to shoulder injuries. My buddy next to me, Luke Glenn, tore both his shoulder labrums. Aaron Garcia did. And as I'm saying this, number 15, William Baker, takes off and scores a touchdown just like that. Stunning to see. I'm talking about injuries. Next thing you know, this kid bursts through the hole on the left. Eagles did not seem prepared for that at all. They were still thinking about Lopez being down. And with 4:40 left, it's going to be 38-30 as they go for the 2-point kick. What a quick chain of events. You saw Baker get free, and he just took off. Those quick little feet, quick little wheels, and it's been a pretty good 1-2 punch from running back William Baker and running back Preston Smith, number 15 and 5, as they're set to kick away. It's 38-30 with 4:40, so I'm sure that Coach Greg Hayes will want to milk the clock here. The kick is snapped, the kick is up, and it is blocked. So regardless of what happens, even if Founders is going to try to get back in this, with only 4:40 left, they're going to have to be able to convert that 2-point field goal kick. And so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of running plays from Aaron Garcia and Avery Garcia. And, with Zach Lopez injured and sidelined, he won't be able to hand the ball off at all, as well as Grant Savage. So Garcia is obviously a starting running back, but we'll have to see how 31 Avery Garcia holds up. And, he's done a really so, he was the MVP of last week's game. And with 4:40 remaining, Ovilla Eagles lead 38-30. on OCS TV, and we got a pretty good ball game here, buddy.
Yeah, we see our defense kind of getting some pressure here and there. This next possession will kind of show the strength our defense has to stop the ball when we need to stop. So I'll be interested to see how much our defense has and what we can do to just get the stop and change the possession.
Yeah, now as Founders just scored, they're about to kick it off, and I'm sure, like I said, Greg Hayes will try to milk that clock. Lots of handoffs from Treadway to Garcia. Hopefully they will be able to get a few first downs to keep that clock running. I know Founders still has their 3 timeouts left this half.
Offense gets the opportunity to come back from that.
Kick is away. Short kick. DeLeon receives it, but the ball is on the ground, and we are not sure who came up with that. It's Founders' ball. DeLeon muffed that high pooch kick. It was an unbelievable call by Coach Greg Price. DeLeon muffed that kick, and it is Founders' ball on the Ovilla Eagles' 24-yard line. And just like that, with 4 minutes and 33 seconds left, Founders has a chance to tie this ball game, as just 30 seconds ago, they were down by 2 touchdowns.
That's not something you like to see as an OCS fan. Just kind of that botched kick. Stuff like this happens, and you gotta be strong through it. Our defense has to come out here and make a stop. Just kind of make up for that mistake.
And so we have Fanning under the eye with number 14, Bryson Selman, and 15, William Baker, who just came off that touchdown. Snap to Fanning, hands it off to Baker. No, it's a fake. He's got Josh Brickey right behind him, but he tosses the ball away. It was a good little play by Fanning to throw the ball away. We saw earlier he either took the sack or threw it high for an interception, but on that play he just threw it away, and that was the right thing to do, as they can't afford any turnovers at this point, as they just had a huge break on that kickoff.
That's one thing we've seen from quarterback number 7, Fanning. He's just great job out there at quarterback, just sensing that pressure, knowing when to throw it away, and how to not take a sack. It has been in his favor for the most part, except for that one intentional grounding call that took him back about 15 yards.
And 7 is under the eye. Quarterback Fanning, who takes the snap, looks to pass, 2 right on him. He throws it away again, but it is completed to Bryson Selman, who keeps going for the first down and is brought down by number 31, Avery Garcia. That was an incredible play by number 7, Fanning, to roll out and still complete that pass as he's being brought down. Again, even if I forget their team's name all of a sudden.
The Founders.
Even if Founders does score, remember they do have to convert that 2-point field goal to tie the game, or else they'll have to onside kick or be on defense. So they're down at Eagles' 9-yard line.
And as Founders lines up in tight formation, presumably to run. Number 7 hands it off to number 14, who makes his way into the end zone on a run up the middle.
What a chain of events. It is 38-36 in McCowan Middle School. And if this field goal goes through, we will have a tie game with 3:45 and first-year starter Truett Treadway coming out to try to win the game. And again, they do have to put this through, and it's been inconsistent all day. So, this is one of those situations that will test the Eagles early in the year. Even if they don't make this field goal, it'll still be challenging to run out that clock. Snap is up, kick is up, it is tipped, and it is good. That ball will manage to squeak through even throughout the tip, and just like that, it is 38-38
by the Founders Eagles to just kind of make that kick. They needed that kick to tie it up, and without it, this game could have been over if the Eagles score and stuff, but this ties it up and kind of prolongs the game.
Yeah,
as we go out to receive another kick.
I had thought that game was over, and we had some injuries. Next thing you know, Founders scores, and all of a sudden Andreas muffs that punt, and it changes the course of the game. And now we have 3:46 left on the clock, tie game, and first-year starter Truett Treadway under center with starting running back Grant Savage hurt and Zach Lopez. I haven't seen if Lopez is doing all right, but we're going to have freshman in the backfield, Avery Garcia, who's proved tough. But again, this is a new, totally different situation, and that experience of Aaron Garcia, who is coming off of an ankle injury.
And that's what we get. Andreas muffs it again. But picks it up and is brought down at about our
That's going to be a safety.
Line.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Sorry. I read that one wrong.
Read the lines. It's all right. That's going to be on our own 9-yard line. So that will put a lot of pressure on our offense, especially to avoid that safety and to make it all the way down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, Treadway's got to go a long way as he's only on our 8-yard line. And again, I did think that was our end zone, so you can get me for that after the game. It's a good thing it wasn't.
Oh, it's a safety. No, it's not.
Yeah, but that was Andreas, again, muffed that ball. Good little pooch kick by the sophomore kicker, number 11. And so they're going to start with tight with both Garcia brothers in the backfield.
And here's a snap to Truett Treadway. There's a fake pitch that got me on it. There's a fake pitch handoff to Avery Garcia for about 3-yard gain on the play.
And I'm sure the Eagles will let the clock continue to run as it's at about 3:20 now, so that if they don't score, Founders won't have a chance to come back and win the game, and at least worst case scenario is overtime. But again, as this is the first time in a tight situation like that this year, we'll have to see what type of experience these guys can bring, as there's only no, correct me, Aaron Garcia with his hurt shoulder last year, there's only one returning starter on the field, and that's Andreas DeLeon. Treadway takes a snap, hands it off to number 31, Avery Garcia, who tries to cut, but he is stuffed.
He's brought down with about a 3-yard gain.
It's going to be about 3rd and 8. And the stop was made by number 44, Josh Duty. And it's 3rd. The clock is continuing to run. And, it'll be interesting to see if the Eagles don't get the first down here, if they will punt it away. Because, if they don't get it, then Founders has field position on the Eagles' 20-yard line. And there's a time it's worked quite often. It'll be interesting to see if the Eagles don't get that first down conversion as they're down at Founders' 18-yard line. If they don't get the 4th down conversion, they're at Avila's 15-yard line. So if they don't get this, I would not be surprised if Greg Hayes has experienced punter Andreas DeLeon punt it downfield and trust his Eagle defense. He has to be able to trust that early in the year. There's 2:29 remaining on the clock, and it's a tie game. We'll see what type of play call Coach Greg Hayes brings up. Again, we got a great ball game here at McCown Middle School.
Yes. As you said, if it's turnover on downs, this is dangerous field position to give them. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a punt. But at the same time, we don't want to give away that free opportunity if we could make that 4th down conversion.
Yeah, and we tried a fake punt earlier, and it was stopped short, giving the Founders Eagles great field position. So I'm sure that may play into factor part of Greg Hayes' decision, but I'm sure all the coaches are hoping, man, we got to get this first down,
right,
to eliminate all debate. And it is going to block.
And here's this snap. Pitch back to Avery Garcia.
It's going to be a horse collar. There is a flag.
I believe that is a horse collar.
It is going to be a horse collar. I just saw the way, I'm sure you could see the way that he grabbed the back of his shoulders. That's got to be frustrating for Greg Price, the Founders coach, knowing that, man, if he just hit him, it would have been 4th down, and the Eagles would have had to punt the ball away. And now with a horse collar, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. That's a big break for the Eagles.
Wow, that is a big break.
As they were short with that play call.
Good field position, and I believe it'll go back to first down. So that is new life for the Eagles there.
And you see Zach Lopez on the sideline with his jersey off and ice on his shoulder, so it looks like he's out for the day. Hopefully he'll be back by next week. We are currently at Founders' 35-yard line, and again, in 6-man football, it is only 80-yard fields, so that's 5 yards away from midfield, so technically we're only 45 yards away as Summerall is set for the snap, and we're going to be in tight formation with both Garcia brothers in the backfield.
And Truett takes the snap, hands it off to Avery Garcia, who breaks a couple tackles, but is brought down with about a 5-yard gain on the play. He just uses his leg power and just kind of gets those yards after contact.
Clock continues to run. We're at about 2 minutes. There's no 2-minute warning in high school 6-man football. It is 38-38 at about the mid-yard line. 40 yards to go on 2nd down. And this is crunch time, folks. We'll be able to see what the inexperience of the Eagles will be able to take to the table. Again, the only returning starter on the field is number 4, Andreas DeLeon. Aaron Garcia started his sophomore year. He was hurt his whole junior year. So Treadway's under the eye.
Treadway gets the snap, rolls out to the right, hits Joshua Bricky for about a 1 yard gain, and is brought down.
You know, it was a good play. It was just it was risky, you know, to have a blind play action pass there. Brickhouse has a lot of power. He just wasn't able to go anywhere. It's going to be about 3rd and 7, and there is a timeout on the field, so the clock will stop.
Timeout called by the Founders, I
about
believe.
1:25, and I think the Founders' goal in stopping the clock is if Ovilla scores, then what will happen is Founders will have a chance by stopping the clock, and if Ovilla doesn't score, Founders will have more time to score. So that's a good call by Coach Greg Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, security has asked that as soon as the game is over, 15 minutes.
So there's 1:25 remaining on OCS TV.
And so it is about 3rd and 8 at the opponent's 37-yard line. Sorry, 38-yard line. The Eagles will line up in spread formation. Truett Treadway in the backfield. Here's the snap. Toss back to Truett Treadway. So he looks around to pass it. He scrambles. He gets, and he.
That's going to be really close. It all depends on the spot there. Looks like the ref is standing right by the yardstick, and we will see what the call is. That was a good play by Treadway to continue to move forward with those long strides. We haven't seen him do a lot of scrambling this year, and it could have been an intentional call by Greg Hayes. And we will see what the spot is. It looks like it's going to be about a foot short, like a baby's foot short. And I think the refs are calling something. They may try to measure the chain.
Yeah,
because if it's short, it's about 4th and a few hairs. Maybe long hairs like your hairs, Luke, but not mine. So the refs are trying to eye it. They're not using the chain.
Truett Treadway was taken out of bounds on that play, so the clock does stop.
Cannot move the ball without measuring first.
So they're going to measure the chains here. And we got to hear we're hearing some complaining from the Ovilla Eagle fans about the spot of the ball. And you know, Luke, that's actually led by your father.
Yes.
He's not wrong, though. So we'll see how close it is. And it is about 6 inches short.
Man.
Maybe not even that. Maybe more like 2 inches. So the Founders crowd is going crazy or the fans that they have here. It's like 20 of them.
Now, as an Eagles fan, Ovilla Eagles fan, I mean, that I would like to say that was kind of called short. I would like to think that we did get that first down there, but it is a hard call on the refs, as Truett did go sprinting out of bounds. It's just a hard play to tell where it should be spotted.
And you know, I feel like we're gonna go tight to Aaron Garcia here as Treadway looks to pump up the crowd tight. Garcia's been consistent for yards. We'll be able to see everybody's piled up at the line.
Here's the ball.
Treadway.
And that's
The
a
ball is
fumble.
fumbled. The ball is fumbled. Who has it? The ball is still out. Who had the ball?
Oh my.
The refs have not made a call yet, as that ball was loose. The ball actually popped out. We don't even know who had it. And they do say it's recovered by Ovilla.
Problem is, if it was not moved up, it might not be a first down.
And we again don't know if that's a first down or not. And Founders recovering. It's Founders ball. It is short.
Oh,
Founders ball, 101 left, 38-38. That was a great play
1
call by
minute
Greg Hayes
left.
with the fake. Garcia had the room. He just lost the ball. And you know, Coach Greg Hayes is clearly upset with the call because they felt like Garcia was moving forward. And I have to say, I agree with him. You know, I felt like if Ovilla recovered that ball, it would have been a first down. Now, if Founders had recovered the ball, then it's their ball, obviously. But you know, the ball was actually on the ground and a ref picked it up. So we don't.
How can that be first from them?
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The Eagles fans and coaches are not happy about this.
There is a lot of confusion out here.
And you know, the refs are huddled in the middle, and they're attempting to measure the ball again. Like I guess they got swayed by some of the fans' comments, and they don't know what they're trying to do here.
This decision could be a complete game changer.
As there's 1:01 on the clock, and it's a tie game. You can tell the three coaches right up front, Matt Jones, Greg Hayes, and Stan Savage, are not happy. The Eagles' defense is on the field currently. Founders' offense. And again, it is 38-38, and the refs are still right in the center of the field. Every Eagles fan, okay, I guess I could say most to my right, are standing. And so we're not sure what the call is going to be, and the refs are splitting up to the coaches. So we'll see what the call is. You know, you can see Greg Hayes with his hands on his hips, and that does not look like a good sign.
I believe this is called in the Founders'
Possession?
Yeah, in the Founders' possession. Thank you. I could not find the word there.
No, it's okay. I did that earlier.
Anyways, so the Founders should have possession of the ball at their own 30-yard line.
And again, they still have 50 yards to go in a minute, and they don't have a strong leg of a kicker like the Eagles do in De Leon, so they'll have to go score a touchdown. What a turn of events we have here, folks. It was a 14-point game. Looked like the Eagles had it in control with about 4 minutes left. Next thing you know, Founders score. They kick a pooch kick, and Andreas fumbles it. The Eagle fans are getting really excited now as Treadway looks to the crowd to pump them up as they need a stop right now. They're bunched up. Founders are in tight.
This is the true test for the Ovilla's defense. As the ball is snapped, fake handoff.
Oh, he is stopped! Ball is kicked out. It's a fumble! It is a fumble! Number 37, number 34, Aaron Garcia recovers. Number 7, Tyler Fanning tried to get rid of the ball. That way he wasn't put in their backfield. However, he was not able to release that ball in time, so it was a fumble. Recovered by number 34, Aaron Garcia. Next thing you know, Eagles have the ball on the Founders' 20-yard line. What a chain of events we have here at McCallum Middle School.
Wow.
And now Treadway, as he got in that backfield, he has a turn. He has a chance to get his first ever 1-minute drill done on the field.
Wow, what a play there by Aaron Garcia. Just seeing that fumble, just even the sack in the first place.
You know, it was a play-action pass there by Founders Classic, and he rolled out and just did not see the overwhelming pressure from the backside. As he hit him, Fanning tried to release the ball, but he just didn't get rid of it, you know, so as the ball went back, it's a fumble, and Garcia was all over that. As Truitt will go out under the eye, Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining.
And Treadway sets up to receive the snap. Fakes the pitch back, throws it to Andres De Leon, who gets stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
Catch made by number 4, Andres.
And De Leon is down. It's his leg again. And that is the 3rd major injury to 2 of the captains today. You know, starting running back Grant Savage was hurt and is out for 12 weeks as of last week. Zach Lopez is out for the game with a shoulder injury. And next thing you know, senior captain with 3 touchdowns, over half our points, Andreas De Leon is down on the field. Clearly his leg. Trainers are stretching it out as he's getting water. And again, we'll see what Greg Hayes calls here. 43 seconds remaining. And you know, the frustrating thing about that, Luke, is that takes away the kicking opportunity.
Yes.
You know, De Leon has a long kick. We saw him making 45-yard kicks in warm-ups. And that's something that he's literally could be in field goal range like in about 10 yards. And so the Eagles do have that in their back pocket, but now they don't because of his leg. At least I don't think so. I don't see how he could possibly be better. So Treadway is going to have to lead this team down the field now for a touchdown rather than a kick. Backup kicker is Manny Velastegui, whose range is limited to about 10 to 15 yards. So in that instance, we'd just be wanting to go for the touchdown.
I believe it is just a cramp as they are stretching it out. Seem to be looking at his calf. And so it is not his kicking leg.
Yeah, but cramps can really affect like the way he moves, the way he kicks. Obviously, you can see Buddy Groom and the trainer really stretching that out. And, Buddy Groom, if you don't know him, pitched in the majors, and he knows a lot about the human anatomy.
He does.
He knows what he's doing, and De Leon is up. He's clearly cramped up. I don't know if he's going to be able to return, and we may need him to kick. And
it is not his kicking leg, so that could be a good thing for us.
And it's going to. Okay, so we got 43 seconds left. Tie game, 38-38. Ovilla Eagles on Founders' 26-yard line. And the kicking game is out of place with senior captain Andres De Leon hurt on the sideline right now. Captain Zach Lopez Jr. is currently out. And a passing game hasn't been a big effect in this game. So it'll be interesting to see what Greg Hayes does. I would expect to go to tight and hand it off to Avery Garcia, who did just fumble, but also Aaron Garcia. Now, if it gets to 3rd and 4th down, we may go to tight. It's crunch time for both the coaches and the players, and this is about as good as it gets. Battle testing early.
Right. And so we saw the defense come through and make a great play with forcing the fumble. And so now it's the offense's turn to make a great play and come up with a touchdown in these 43 seconds.
Yeah, and like I said, because his leg, it is his non-kicking leg, but it's so bad that I don't think he's going to be able to come back in, because even if he is able to pooch a kick, it's not going to go any far. It's going to be a spread formation. So this is more of our passing game.
Schultz in the backfield, about to receive a snap.
Good block.
Left. Looks deep.
Oh, it's completed! What a catch! What a throw! Truett Treadway, number 42, Luke Adams Sr. First catch
by Luke Adams
of his football career. First year playing, senior. First play on offense, catches a potential game-winning touchdown pass there. What a catch down on his knees, and what a throw from Captain Senior, first-year quarterback, Truett Treadway, as the Eagles go up 44-38, and looks like De Leon's going to try to come on and kick it for that 2-point conversion. What an incredible play. We're able to see Treadway's first 20-yard plus passing gain. What a call by Greg Hayes. He just floated that right over the Founders defense, and Luke Adams was right there. What a clutch play, as that was his second play of the whole game coming in for a potential game-winning touchdown completion.
And this whole time we've been looking for Truett to see that deep pass potential in his arm, and right there you see that. He just floats it right over the defense, right into Luke Adams' arms.
And what a hero, unsung hero, man. That's the definition. Number 42, Luke Adams with the unreal catch. Kick goes up, it is blocked.
So that could be big. If there are still 33 seconds left for the Founders Eagles to score a touchdown, and if they do, if they make the kick, or even the 1-point conversion, they could win.
And it is 44-38. We'll see what De Leon does as far as kicking off. His power can't possibly be what it was, so we'll see how that works. But what an unbelievable play. Treadway to float it towards the bottom of the end zone, and an unreal catch by Luke Adams on his second play of the game. That's the first time I've seen him on offense. First catch of his entire high school career. Could potentially be a game-winning touchdown catch. Unreal play there. Unreal call. Treadway stayed poised as he went to the left. Just a great play. And so again, the Eagles do need to get one more stop. We have 33 seconds left remaining on the clock. And wow, what a game we have here at McCowan Middle School.
Our defense needs to be steady here. We need just a quality stop, just to hold them for 33 seconds.
And De Leon is going to try to kick this off. We'll see what he's got left in him.
And De Leon kicks it deep. And number 14 is going to return it. He is at the 20-yard line. He has broken a few tackles.
He is stuffed by Josh Bricky.
Brickhouse gets a nice tackle, takes him down about their own 20-yard line.
22 seconds left.
Wow.
Do the Eagles have one more stop left in them?
That brings a first down for Founders. How about the 19-yard line?
And every Eagles fan is standing. 22 seconds left. We'll let us see the arm of Tyler Fanning here. I'm sure he'll try to connect with Bryson Selman, number 14. However, they are in tight, which is surprising. I'm not sure how many timeouts Founders Eagles have left remaining.
The man in motion. Ball snap. Fake pitch and a handoff to number 14. He hits open field. Only Damien in the backfield to stop him. And he cannot. That is a touchdown.
No way. There is no way. There are 8 seconds left on the clock, and the Founders Eagles have an opportunity to win the game.
This all depends. Okay, so they can either kick a field goal and go for 2, or they can just do a little play from, I believe, 2 yards out and go for 1.
Wow.
There's a timeout called.
What an unreal game.
It's a tied game.
Unreal turn of events. The Eagles have to hope they're going to be rushing everybody to block this kick, and if it is not a kick, if it's 2, they have to stuff them. But unreal. As 20 seconds ago, it felt like the Eagles had just won the game on an unreal play by Luke Adams Sr. Next thing you know, number 14, Bryson Selman took off, and he was gone, and nobody caught him. You know, that is frustrating for Eagles fans as they try to continue to support. We have all of our big dogs in to block this kick. I wouldn't be surprised if the Classic Eagles try to go for just that 2-yard gain, because that's probably easier than kicking a kick with an inexperienced kicker like they have. But wow, what an unreal turn of events. That Eagle defense just needed one stop, 22 seconds on the clock. Founders Classic chose to run even, so if they had stopped him, the clock would have continued to run. But man, so we'll see what Coach Greg Price has for this play.
So the game is tied. If we cannot return a kick or a pooch for a touchdown, we will either go into overtime or we will lose this game.
I know, I don't even know what to say at this point. This has just been an unreal fourth quarter. And so, Founders is taking a delay of game on purpose.
No, that's a...
No, sorry, another timeout.
Second timeout.
Second timeout, you know, you saw that expire, and I was like, why would they take a delay of game there? There's another timeout, so the entire Eagles team will meet.
Hey, you can decline.
And man, what an unreal game.